Well, Nick, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How long have you been aware of SuperButterBuns?
Like, a couple months.
Opinions?
She's fucking funny. She does basically essentially what I would call persuasive videos to try to entice people to play games that she likes. And she has really good taste in games, in my opinion. So
fair enough.
The one that I have not seen that we clicked on, somebody actually asked if we would react to one of her for beginners videos, and I've seen a lot of them, so we'll try to find one that I haven't seen. And I've also recently been playing this on the stream. She did one for Bloodborne a couple of years ago.
So yeah, and I've watched a little bit of SuperButterBuns. I'm not as versed on it as most people I know. I know Carly was really into SuperButterBuns, and yeah, I'm interested to see more. I've seen, from what I've seen, she is friggin' hilarious.
Yeah,
and I want to see more.
Like I love her. It's already up on the screen, but her mature content warning it cracks me the fuck up the way she does it.
Yeah,
yeah, she's pretty good. Like I'm interested. And this is also it's a bite-sized sort of SuperButterBuns sampling compared to the length of videos she does a lot of times for these beginner videos, because they can hit like close to 45-50 minutes sometimes.
She just released one for what series was it?
It's Dead by Daylight.
Yeah,
for
Dead by Daylight for
I think her for experts. I've only seen PUBG for experts, but I think that's more her actually playing multiplayer games with her friends, and it's kind of like a bullshittery type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she just released that video, and it was 52 minutes.
Yeah,
like, holy shit,
pretty fucking long.
So. I'm used to watching certain Let's Plays that are very long. Like, I've seen some Markiplier ones that go pretty long.
Yeah.
And also Achievement Hunter. Some of the Let's Plays they do are very long.
Time to sit down and do that is the main thing.
Yeah. Well, me, I do it while I'm trying to do other stuff as well, like when I'm editing videos, when I'm doing stuff like that. Because I can listen to stuff in the background, and if something interesting does happen, it's like, oh, shit, I need to see what just happened. And I go over, click on it,
what happened there? That was obviously pretty funny.
Okay. And I watch what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. All right, back to editing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No 100% attention devotion for you, Nate. You've got to do something else. All right, so we've got the video queued up here. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right, we shall. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, let me get it on screen. And here we go.
Warning, the following video is rated M for if you're young, you shouldn't watch this, so viewer discretion is advised. But hey, I won't tell if you won't. So Bloodborne came out in 2015, and everyone was like, "Hey, Paul!"
Yeah.
Basically,
Paul!
PS4 exclusive.
Good God.
It was really the
Way to
only
pull out
good
the American
PS4
Psycho
exclusive
there.
at the time. Oh, Knack, you sure did try, though. But the game was created by From Software, the masochist masterminds behind the Souls series. You know, the games everyone tells you are really hard, and they are better at than you because they beat it blindfolded while sitting on a bed of nails, only using this Bop It as the controller. But even though Bloodborne doesn't carry the Souls name, its design was heavily based off the Souls games, with just enough gameplay, blood, edgy, and gothic changes to stand out from its predecessors. But
fair
because
enough.
it was one of the first mega exclusives for the PS4, this acted as a lot of people's first From Software experience. But the game still brought that meaty challenge that every Souls veteran loves to brag about on Reddit threads. Now, baby disclaimer, many people will claim that a lot of the fun and challenge that comes from this game is the fact the game doesn't tell you that much. And if you like playing blind and learning the hard way, why the heck did you click on this video, you nerd? But anyway, if you're new to this game, here are a few basic tips, tricks, and heads up for people who don't know shit about this game. So you play as some poor sap, aka the Hunter, who has found their way to Yharnam, a city that is being terrorized by beasts and is suffering from some sort of disease breakout thing because someone forgot to take their cold medicine. Shortly after arriving, your poor little hunter butt has a blood transfusion, and you're shoved into the Hunter's Dream, a place where a fully grown doll flirts with you and a dude in a wheelchair encourages you to go out and kill stuff for the lulz. So off you go to kill beasts and hopefully somehow pass through the Hunter's Dream. Along the way, you'll meet doggies, angry people, blood, oh my god.
Yep, that bastard. That bastard.
What is that? What is that? Now, From
That's
Software
Blood
games
Star
are known
Beast,
for
my
having
friend.
very deep but vague stories and lore. Most of the plot is in the background, so don't expect clear motives for the crap you're doing. Most of the story is told through NPCs you meet along the way, the occasional spooky cutscene, and the environment, which is just full of detail. Of course, personally, I think Yharnam needs a good power washing, but hey, yo, old Victorian Gothic super sad Nemo works well too. But there's a lot of stuff that is worth looking into, like the mysteries of the Healing Church, the history of the old ones, and why every freaking character makes terrible life decisions. This is all your fault, guys. Look what you did. Now, if you've ever played Dark Souls 1 or Demon Souls, the design of the game should feel very familiar. It's just everything looks like it belongs in Hot Topic. But the world is kind of designed like a maze where you gradually explore branching paths that intertwine with each other and discover lampposts so you can teleport back to the Hunter's Dream and flirt with your girlfriend. Best waifu, let's be real though. But the Hunter's Dream acts as the hub world where you can level up, buy items,
Wait, in the background music, that's Glee Club Polka. That's the same one that Achievement Hunter uses for their technical difficulties music.
Yeah, I've heard other people use that too.
teleport back to
just wanted to point that out.
And zhuzh up your weapons. But you'll be here a lot, so just take it all in and relax. Does this chick even blink? Hello? Hello! Now, things are gonna go down like this. Explore and kill enemies, get blood echoes, the game's currency, somehow manage to find your way to the big boys, kill the big boys, get a crap ton of blood echoes, and then you do the whole thing over again until someone puts you out of your misery, or you somehow beat the game. Either one could happen. Chances are you're gonna rage quit a few times. God! Look at that! Look at that! So Bloodborne is very challenging since your deaths send you back to the last lamppost you were at, you lose all your blood echoes and have one chance to get them back where you left off, and the fact that this game will punish the crap out of you if you look away for, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds. But out of all of them, in my opinion, the toughest thing is figuring out where the heck you're supposed to go next.
Even if you're not looking away, sometimes it's like, surprise, motherfucker.
Check it out and...
Yeah.
Well, there's a semi-natural level progression if you take your time and kill stuff. A lot of the time, you'll have no idea where to go. 1 second, I'm dead. Alright. Question, where do I go? Some of the time, bosses do have dead ends, but chances are the way forward is a place you pass, so back up that booty and turn around, sonny. The game is also full of shortcuts, and just know if you haven't seen a lamppost in a while, and you're about to come into what you think a boss area might look like, cough, cough, a giant open area, perhaps, cough, there's a 90% chance there is a shortcut somewhere nearby that will lead back to a lamppost. Find it, make a mental note of it, tattoo it on your butt or do something, and just make sure it's open before you go face the boss. It's normally an elevator, a ladder, a switch, a door, something, anything. It's just make sure it's open before moving on, okay? Ta-da, you did it. And while it's important to grind and get blood echoes to level up, being a weenie to live another day is not a bad way to go if you're just exploring and heading to face the boss again. Okay, so gameplay-wise, Bloodborne is fast, bloody, and I'm dead. Now, it should go without saying this game is challenging and you're gonna die. Quite often, actually, but hey-oh, that's the fun part, right? This is supposed to be fun, right? But the gameplay revolves around you getting really aggressive, and this game will reward you for getting up in there. Whenever you take damage, a part of your health will get all yellow, and you have a brief window to get your health back if you bring the pain back to the enemy. It's payback time, boys. Be aggressive. Be fat! Now, there is a time and place to blindly swing your weapon around for dear life. Keeping on your toes and rolling and jumping around the enemy is key. And know that when locked onto a dude, you'll be all swish, and when you're not, you'll be all roly-poly-oly. Learning enemy attack patterns and being patient really far, and knowing when and when not to lock on.
Smartest
Yeah,
kid
you'll get a
around.
few
Get
choices
it,
of
smartest
weapons,
kid
and we'll get
around.
into that
There's
later.
like a
And while
select
there are
audience
a
that
ton
will actually
of
get that
play
reference.
styles, you'll most likely be using
I get
one
it, 'cause I
weapon
watched that
and
on
one
Disney.
gun. Now, the guns sound cool, but in reality, they act more like pea shooters or just water guns. Don't expect to deal too much damage with these things. They are mostly used to stun enemies. And listen, this is kind of important. If the enemy is sorta kinda maybe your size, if you shoot them in mid-attack, you'll hear this weird sound from the heavens. They'll get on their knees, and you need to run up and show them how lovely your hand looks inside of them. This is called reposing, and real talk. Learn this. It's kind of a lifesaver, and it takes down enemies fast. Short, sweet, and literally inside of the point. Of course, the most important rule of reposing is don't forget to be yourself and have fun. Holy crap, Mom, Did you see what I just did? Okay, so there are
I just gutted a mother.
This game that you'll be picking
ripped
up,
his
and you'll
testicles
probably
off.
have no idea what they actually do. Literally everything in this game starts with the word blood because you gotta stick with the theme, and let's not forget about the aesthetics. They are very important. Now, I can't go through everything, but the item description will typically help you out if you're not really sure what something does. Huh. Okay.
Kawaii desu.
Kawaii desu.
Am I having fun yet? But
I don't know,
bullets
that's
and
up to you.
blood vials are the goods you're gonna want the most. Now, blood vials, the healing items, can be bought and are dropped often by enemies, but not in every area. So here's an annoying thing. If you run out of blood vials, you gotta go back to past places and just hit a dude and farm him. And you're gonna be doing this a lot, guys, just FYI.
Yeah. I've had to do that about 3 times in the current playthrough that I'm on.
There are good specific places to do this, links below, but I do not recommend buying them that often for obvious reasons. Now, you can only have 20 blood vials and bullets on you at a time, but if you get more than that, then it automatically goes into your storage bin, and when you die, you'll be automatically given whatever is in the bin. So, like, get as many blood vials as possible. Same thing with bullets, and bullets are bullets, and they go pew 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 and things die, yeah. Now, if you just want to buy junk, beating certain bosses and enemies will gain you badges that unlock stuff at the Skeleton Fountain Party store, so check it out often for new stuff. Moving on to the sharp thingies, though. There are less than 30 weapons in this game, and when you start, you'll get the choice of 3 to pick from, and the rest are found or bought later on. Each weapon has 2 types of attack modes and a bunch of different attack patterns that are suited for different play styles, and you should try them out and blah blah blah. Listen, I'm not your mom. Go pick a weapon and get used to it. Chances are you'll be sticking with it for a while. People in the comments, go yell about what you think is the best weapon, because Lord knows if I suggest something, you'll all poop your pants simultaneously. Low-key, just saying the axe is not a bad starting weapon, and I'm just gonna throw that out there. Regardless of what you pick, you'll need to level that crap up. As you explore, you'll find ruins and doodads to add to your weapons in the Hunter's Dream. These things increase a bunch of stuff like arcane, hit points, sick beats, and I don't know, just do it and switch them out often for better ones. If you want to suffer, be my guest. You can also reinforce your weapons, but you need specific items and they can be hard to come by, so really only reinforce the weapon you use the most and low-key marry it. Of course, if you run out of some of the less valuable items, you can probably just explore and farm them and you'll be fine, right? Nothing weird or creepy going on around here, right? What the snick snack diddly dack is that? The game is just full of extras and stuff that's worth knowing about from
you'll
the
run into
get-go.
all sorts
So
of odd
here's the
little
thing. There are
things.
a lot of bosses that you don't technically need to beat to quote-unquote win the game. Although I do
But it
recommend
helps.
killing all of the dudes for the echoes and the sweet, sweet bragging rights. But you want to know whose teeth you really need to kick in to technically win? Links below, you filthy casual. But this game has a bunch of extra areas and side crap. For instance, talking and helping out NPCs can lead to some neato items. The number 1 rule of Bloodborne, try not to kill something unless it's obvious it wants to kill you first. Okay, cool, moving on, let's go. On top of that, there are these optional things called chalice dungeons that are maze-like areas that fight random baddies and clear for items and whatever. And, okay, wow, this is complicated. Okay, you know what? I recommend doing these things here and there, and you can access them in the Hunter's Dream, but geez. Okay, links below if you want to know what the hecky these things are, because Lord knows I don't have time to explain all this
The
crap.
chalice dungeons
now,
are
one
like
of the
as
more
big as, if
important
not
things
bigger
that
than the
this
main game, pretty
conveniently
much.
doesn't like talking about is insight, which is that little eyeball thingy just staring at you. You can get it by getting emotionally traumatized by bosses, killing bosses, or being cheap and using Madman's knowledge. But insight is used for all kinds of stuff, and the more you have, the weirder, and in some cases more challenging things can get. It can also be used to buy specific items, increase the item drop rate, and to summon in your peeps. And speaking of peeps, if you're having a really tough time, as long as you use the beckoning bell, check the Skeleton Frat Party house, and have 1 insight, you can summon friends or random people in to fight alongside you. Now, fair warning, it does make bosses stronger, and summons health are cut in half, but it doesn't really matter because 1 boss versus 3 swords equals dead boss. Trust me guys, I'm a filthy casual. I play games that have fun, damn it. Okay, so here are a ton of tips and things you should know before you get started. Pay attention, we're gonna go really fast, kids. To the left, to the left. No, really, a lot of the boss's blind spots are to the left, so dodging to the left and not backwards is kind of a good idea. Buying hunter's masks are kind of worth it since you can nope out of any situation at any time. Keep a help up, you dink, you got 20 blood vials for a reason. Word on the street is arcane builds are kind of bad/hard. If you're a beginner, love yourself. Treat yourself to a big axe, we all know that's why you bought this game. If you're desperate for some bullets, hitting up on the D-pad will give you 5 blood bullets by using some of your health. Warning, you can only have 5 blood bullets at a time. Sometimes when you die, your blood echoes will be attached to one of the nearby enemies. If their eyes are glowy, go back and take what is yours. Points in strength, endurance, and vitality are never a bad choice. Skill is good for opposing if you're feeling feisty. You can transform your weapon in mid-attack for extra reach. If you see a creepy dude with a sack that isn't Santa Claus early on in game, let him kill you. He'll take you to a good area to grind in. Kill yourself! No, really, kill yourself by throwing yourself at the werewolf. It's supposed to happen. Praise the sun! Oh.
Unless you get up the ladder and turn the lamp
I'm
on.
sorry, what?
Yep.
Then it doesn't have to happen.
Blood? Well, that's depressing. Try singling out enemies by using pebbles to get their attention because Lord knows you don't have enough of those. You need this item to open up this gate. There, I just saved you running around for about 5 hours. Talk to NPCs until you exhaust their dialogue and knock on doors with lights next to them so you can tell the strangers about the good news. Want to play with a specific friend? Set your network password to the same thing for jolly cooperation. There is also PvP, and occasionally you might be invaded by a dude, but if you want to know more about online deets, links below. Try not to get greedy and just unload combos on bosses. Pluck and chip at their health a few hits at a time, unless they're down. In that case, just wail on them. Also, hey, want to get the mega look how cool and edgy I am ending? Get all 3 umbilical cords for a weird time. Bloodborne has new game
Technically, there's
pluses, and
4
it gets
in
mega
the game.
harder each time around. Don't
But
beat
you
the
need at
game
least
until you've
3.
explored everything. Also, if you want to torture yourself, get the Old Hunters DLC. Don't worry, if you start crying, that means you're winning. While Bloodborne is not shy about its punishing nature, the constant challenge and depth of this game
Piggy.
is kind of the thing you can lose yourself in for days. And although the structure of the game isn't anything new, the change of pace and setting makes the game feel fresh with a downright creepy and dark vibe that will please even the
I never
edgiest
attack
of
those
edgelords,
guys.
and once again gives the greatest
they
sense
come
of
right back if you
accomplishment
do.
after hours of defeat. And I hope this Basics Beginner's Guide makes your gaming experience a little better. So please rate, comment, and subscribe,
Rocket
and I
League.
hope you
Hell
have a fantastic day. Hey, how's it going?
The other
Did
video
you like this
suggestions.
video? Well, if you did, why don't you go watch another one, you nerd? Also, why don't you go follow me on Twitter so you can keep up to date on what's
Kingdom
going to
Hearts
happen next?
2.8
Want to watch
shouldn't
me get the
exist.
footage I need for these videos? Head on over to my Twitch so you can see me play games and talk to chat where no one is safe. And a shout out to these wonderful Twitter followers who sent in tips for this episode. And a huge thank you to these lovely peeps who played alongside me and gave me pointers throughout the game. You guys made this entire experience a heck of a whole lot of fun. If you have any tips for this game or any future games, please leave me a comment, tweet me, or send me a message. Later, you big nerds.
Later, you big nerds.
It's like the poking fun thing that she does all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, you dink and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice job, Dink. Oh, my favorite thing that she did for the Old Hunters thing is just like, oh, and there's also a DLC for the Old Hunters. But if you die a lot and you find yourself crying, you torture yourself and you find yourself crying. Don't worry, that means you're winning.
Yeah.
God. So yeah, Nick has been playing Bloodborne. You've beaten it a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, I've never beat the DLC, but I've beat the main game a few times.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like I know there is one boss that may be optional in the DLC. I'm not sure because from where I'm at, it looks like I'm close to what I have seen to be the last boss of the DLC.
uh-huh.
But I don't know if there's something in between where you fight this other boss that I've seen that I've seen the boss, but the boss wasn't actually a boss yet. If that makes any sense.
That makes sense.
So I might have to look that up and figure that out.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty close to being done with it completely, like all the DLC and the main game. Like I'm on the last 2 bosses in the main story, and I'm just doing the DLC before I finish it.
All right.
And as far as I know, I remember probably 2 bosses in the DLC because I kind of know who they all are from watching lore videos and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Unless there's anything I'm forgetting about.
Well, we'll have to see. Honestly, dude, I'm thinking about going back to it and finally beating it because I got down to the last boss and I couldn't, and I tried like 3 times to beat him, and I'm just like, I'll come back to this later, and I never did.
Yeah, somebody in chat said that they've been stuck on him since they had the game like 2 years ago too.
Jesus.
I was like, yeah, get your game out and practice. You just have to practice. It's like the thing about
Practice.
or technically next to last boss, if you get the true ending, is he kind of makes you use a certain strategy that I didn't pick up on until the 3rd full time that I picked the game up And that strategy is essentially like that. Basically, people talk about with the Souls games. There's a certain point where it clicks for people.
Yeah.
And usually it takes people actually trying multiple classes and trying different ways of playing it before it finally clicks for them.
Yeah.
For me, the click moment in Dark Souls 1 was where I saw someone doing the Fantastic Adventures of Fanny Farkas. And I'm trying to remember who it was that did that. I want to say that might have been the two guys from Polygon, but I'm not sure. But he was like, "Fuck that! Fanny Farkas don't need no shield." And I saw him like just dodging the whole time, you know. And I was like, I'm gonna try that. And once you realize that blocking everything with your shield in Dark Souls is not the best way necessarily, it opens up more of a survival aspect to it and learning to dodge through moves and using your iframes and stuff like that. And that's the point where Dark Souls clicked for me. The point where Bloodborne clicked for me was the point where I realized all of my instincts from Dark Souls to, oh shit, I got hit for half my health, I need to get away and then I need to heal, are incorrect in Bloodborne. In Bloodborne, if you try to get away and you try to heal, whatever is attacking you will make sure that you die.
Yes.
And what you have to do is play in a way that you are actually getting behind or around and like dodging and just being kind of conscious of your personal space of where you're at any given time. It's a really, really positioning oriented game compared to Dark Souls, in my opinion.
So what you're saying is be aggressive. You have
to be aggressive, but the other thing is just like, don't immediately go to shit, I'm missing half my health, I have to heal now. Shit, I'm missing half my health, look for the next opening to heal. And being calm is stupid important in these games. If you let yourself panic, you'll die every time. Yeah. Like, that's the other thing you have to get to click is like, don't panic. It's like, what's it?
Don't panic.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Is
that
what that was from?
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Yeah, it's inscribed on the back of it. Don't panic.
Mm-hmm.
God. So yeah, that was SuperButterBuns. Funny lady.
Yeah,
I like her
I
a
need
lot.
to watch her video on Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Shouldn't exist because I've not watched that and I don't know what that's about.
Well, a lot of people have that mentality is that 2.8 is a mistake because it's like, hey, why not have included that with Kingdom Hearts 3 instead? Oh, I don't know. It's just some of the stuff in it I can agree with.
Probably just because it's like, we're still working on it. Here's something to hold you over. Calm down.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, you know.
Kind of, I could see that.
But
yeah.
I'm still a Kingdom Hearts noob for anybody that doesn't know in comments and stuff, and I'm learning it right now as we speak.
You're getting there,
man. I'm in the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 2 right now.
Ah, you're in Port Royal.
Yeah.
Port Royal.
Well, I'm not in it, but it's open, and I'm going to it next.
Okay. Yeah. Just know this about Port Royal. It can be a pain sometimes, especially if you don't know how to fight the enemies. Here's a hint.
Right now, the biggest pain in my ass is the cars.
Yeah, those are a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, I went to do the first Coliseum run, and I got to the cars and then got trashed, and I was just like, I'm gonna come back to this.
Yeah, that's wise. Here's the hint for it's kind of explained to you, but fight them in the moonlight. Do not fight them in the shade.
Fair enough.
Because when they're in their human forms, they're mortal. When they're in their ghost form.
Oh, so they actually did the pirate ghosts.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah,
that makes sense.
That's the hint.
Yeah.
Although it's sort of explained to you.
I probably would have figured that out from having already seen, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
But yeah. All right. Well, that was SuperButterBuns. We hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of Miss Butterbuns, the link in the description is down below. And as always, until next time, signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.